Hello, fellow Turo community and TTFR spreadsheet owners. This is Patrick with TTFR and the December update. This is not going to be my best month, but I'll get to that in a bit. Let's get started. I wanted to talk a little bit about just a small change for the people that do own my spreadsheet or considering purchasing it. It's going to change how the spreadsheet works a little bit, I think, for the next year. We'll see. Turo let us know in our apps that they're changing the how we're calculating earnings. They're just adding into our regular earnings anything that we get paid in additional distance, any cleaning fees, and any smoking violations. Sometimes those are all rolled into the same thing. As you can see, I'm up to over 31,000. Now that they've added that in as well, doing pretty well. Last month was kind of an average month. This month looked like it was going to be average or maybe a little better than average. Last month I think I pulled back a little bit for vacation and did have some of my cars unbooked and had some repair issues that I'll cover a little bit later. But right now I'm still sitting with one car down, which is one of my maintenance issues. With about 1,500 in upcoming, or did have 1,500 in upcoming earnings for this month, and I have about I think 1,700 in upcoming earnings for January. And let me go to my spreadsheet, at least my old one. And after some of the refunds I had to give, dropped my hourly rate for the month down to about $180 an hour. I know some people are interested in how much you can make per hour doing this work. I think I spent about close to 5 hours actually working on Turo. I think my earnings ended up being somewhere around 2,500 or 2,700. Don't have to wonder about that. It's like for the previous month, 2,657 for the previous month. And did make some changes to the dashboard. Decided to go with the line chart. And I can show other people how to do that if they want to change the chart, if they do own my chart. It's relatively simple. Just go into the three dots in the chart, edit chart, and change this to a line chart. And it's down here. We were in a column chart, but now in a line chart. I think it's easier to view. This will probably be one of the updates. I'll make that a standard and default for next year's spreadsheet. Wanted to cover a little bit about. Pretty happy about things are going in the long term with Turo, and that's one of the reasons I have the spreadsheet and hope the other people are interested in the spreadsheet. Is to monitor how I'm doing with the business. If you're looking at the average daily rate monthly, I've done a pretty good job about raising that throughout the year. I had a really crazy short, pretty high dollar trips with my SUV at the very beginning, which has kind of skewed its trend rate. You can see it's the yellow. Over here, it started out with an average daily rate of 94 at the beginning of its life as a Turo car, and haven't gotten back. Just got back to close to that for December, but generally it's been in the 70s. December is looking pretty good for rates, and if you look at the other two, the Z4 is blue, the 230i is red. They've been trending upward all along. I've really been happy about the progress I've made with the BMW 230. It's up to a little higher than the Z4 at this point. I'm sorry, not higher than the Z4, but it's moving up at a higher rate than the Z4. So it's trending up, and that's why I use the data, try to see where I'm getting to. And I guess update on the repair issues. My Z4 had an issue with the top with one renter, and it looked like it was intermittent at worst, because I was able to make the top go up on my own. The second time I pushed the button to put the top up, it did go out in the next trip, and it was relatively unusable according to the guest, and I did end up paying out a discount for that. Be curious to hear in the comments if there's any other Turo hosts here how you have done that. I felt like the main attraction to the convertible is the convertible top, obviously. So I actually reimbursed more than I was paid for the trip to the guest for that trip. I had another trip with the Q7 where the blower motor looks like it went out on the AC. So they didn't have AC, which is unfortunate. We're actually in a period of weather at the time that didn't make it really, really bad for the guest. So I did reimburse, I think, about half of what I was paid for that trip. And now I have the Z4 into the shop, and it came back with a bill of, I think, $4,000 for just the part alone. It's the hydraulics for the top. I guess one thing I wanted to talk about, people, you buying cars for Turo. I bought several cars, both of these from Carvana, and they're older cars, so I did get the extended warranty. So if you are interested in or have bought or planning to buy from a company like Carvana, or just interested in third-party warranties, I'm a big proponent of it. Right now, after the parts actually come in for the Z4, I will have had, after paying $4,000 over the term of the loan for the extended warranty, I'm already at a year, just at a year now, having had reimbursed. I think it'd be somewhere around $7,000 now in repairs. That is definitely a good idea. And the Q7 I've had for about 9 months now, and I think I'm at, it's had 2 significant maintenance issues, and I think I have had reimbursed, I think, $2,500 on the Q7. So these cars aren't going to get any younger, so definitely a good idea to purchase an extended warranty. Also, warranty related, I wanted to just, if I hadn't had a warranty, this is for other hosts, if they run into these issues. Although BMW has quoted me, $4,000 for a new hydraulic pump, I was able to find a company online, I think out of Oregon, called tophydraulics.com, that actually takes your old pump and refurbishes it, and supposedly makes it even better than the new pump I will be getting, because they use better material, I guess, for the seals for the hydraulics. And that was going to cost me to have it rebuilt $600. At any time, obviously, we are concerned about cars being out, but my car's out anyway, and at this point, right now, I have a dilemma. I could try to keep this as short as possible. Apparently, this outside company, it takes around 2 weeks to do a rebuild, and I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, I think, total from the time you send it to them and time you get it back. So I'm out of earnings for that car for 2 weeks, but at this point, I don't have a date when the new part is going to come in at BMW where I could have it, all fixed for free, basically. So it's $600 out of pocket. Get it fixed at a fairly known date, or wait and have it fixed for free. Right now, I'm leaning towards having it fixed for free and just pulling the car and then kind of going all out on the other 2 cars. But these are the kind of things that happen day in and day out as a Turo host. You got to look at the long term, though, and you have bad months, you have good months. October was a crazy month for me. Even if I hadn't had a warranty, with the money I earned in October, I probably could have almost paid for this repair out of Turo Earnings. But with the warranties, obviously you don't have to. I wanted to talk about where I'm going with the spreadsheet. If you're not interested in purchasing my spreadsheet, it's probably the end of the video for you. But I wanted to compare what I'm doing with the old spreadsheet. Everything in the old spreadsheet is done through adding trips in directly into the sheet here, and for this sheet and this trip, this is the actual trip that I just had to cancel. I would have to delete it, take everything out, and now I'm at a zero balance for that car. Now I did some coding. You can see some of this in what's called Google app scripts. This is JavaScript for building a data entry front end for this, and this is the actual code, and this is the spreadsheet. As you saw me remove that other trip from the old spreadsheet, now the way I would do it now, because everything is entered and removed through the entry form page. Now I'm going to put the reservation number in here, and everything's based off the reservation number. Free sheet. Enter the reservation number in the search. It will find that trip, and then I can hit the delete button, and that will remove it. As you can see, if you're seeing this for the first time, I have the ability to choose whichever car you're going to use. This is one of the ways I'm coming up with to make it easier to have higher car count sheets without doing as much work, which is obviously the idea behind programming and development. Yeah, the start date, end date, payment, trip miles, for me, location, airport, home, or other. What you're getting paid for delivery fees, extra fees, parking expense, washes expense, labor time, and all that gets entered in to the sheet. But for right now, this one, I'm just deleting one. And it's asking me I want to delete it. Yep. Record deleted. Go back to December 1st, and there's no longer a trip there. And so the sheet has changed a bit. A lot of the functions that we were tracking up at the top of the sheet are now at the bottom of the sheet, and still have everything that I had in the other. Gonna have a data aggregation page like the other. I still have a good bit of work to do on this. I'm rethinking the cash flow sheet to maintain my bank balance, just keeping where everything is. The database sheet is what is created for every single trip, and every single trip is in there, and then the other sheets are based off of this sheet. I'll have a chart sheet again. This hasn't been modified for the new sheet, but it's just basically a copy and paste from the old sheet, but I have to make all the links work correctly again. And then there'll be the dashboard. Has some instructions on how to actually use it. So if you're interested in purchasing this and you think this is a good way to track your trips and everything, the old sheet will be basically the same as this as far as the front end dashboard, which is the main reason I'm using it, and I can track where I'm at. I am also going to do a video shortly, sometime before the end of the year, on taxes and how they relate to Turo, and how the spreadsheet can help with taxes and keeping track of everything. That's the main reason I designed a lot of the inputs were to track the percentage of business use, which is important, and it will let me know. One of the things we'll talk about in the next video is my tax situation and why it can be a good tax reason to purchase another vehicle before the end of the year. I will run my numbers and see if it makes a lot of sense to me to make that capital purchase to my fourth Turo car before the end of the year. But anyway, that's how I'm at the beginning of December, and I will be pushing hard on 2 cars, at least until I get the parts in from BMW. But anyway, have a good rest of the month. I'll try to get another, like I said, video out on the new spreadsheet when it's getting closer to completion, and I will probably make available both the old sheet and the new sheet as separate purchases on Etsy. So check out the links in the information for this video.